internet.
Great, because this what you wanted. You wanted me to talk clear.
Did
That's
I
what
tell
you
you on the
wanted.
internet?
That's what you wanted. I'm glad y'all see this. No, you're lame. You're lame.
Love and Hip Hop is on that.
This ain't got nothing to do with Love and Hip Hop. Love and Hip Hop ain't make you cheat on me. Love and Hip Hop ain't make you act weird with me because of a putting a song out that was 5 years old. I didn't do nothing to you. You get on the phone talking about I'm hyped by the song. I got on live and cleared the shit up. Ain't nobody did.
Oh, I'm not the one cheating.
And I'm not.
Who got the word?
You don't like to hear the truth. I'm not.
Is my cheating the one that
I'm
got people
not.
thinking your child could be somebody
And I cleared up that song 5 years old and nothing about the song changed.
My house, get out of my
Great.
Urban Artificial Intelligence Strategic Thinking Media Platform. Renni Rucci and her boyfriend and her child's father, Blacc Zacc, they went viral over a an argument that they had on live. All right, now, before I really get into this, let me just lay the foundation with Urban AI. Let's go to Urban AI for a couple quick questions before we dive into this. Urban AI. Why was Renni Rucci and Blacc Zacc arguing, and why did it go viral?
In a recent viral clip, rappers Renni Rucci and Blacc Zacc were involved in a heated argument during an Instagram live session. The dispute arose after Blacc Zacc accused Renni Rucci of cheating on him with fellow rapper Kevin Gates. This accusation was linked to an old song released by Kevin Gates, which allegedly referenced Renni Rucci. During the live session, Blacc Zacc confronted Renni Rucci about the alleged infidelity, leading to a tense exchange between the two. Renni Rucci denied the cheating allegations and accused Blacc Zacc of being the one who had been unfaithful in their relationship. The argument escalated to the point where Blacc Zacc demanded that Renni Rucci leave his house. This incident has garnered significant attention on social media platforms, with clips of their argument circulating widely.
Okay, Urban AI, who was right and who was wrong? Who had more valid points in this argument?
That really depends on how you look at it. If Blacc Zacc had solid proof that Renni Rucci was cheating, then he had a right to confront her. But if he was just assuming based on an old Kevin Gates song, then he was likely jumping to conclusions. On the other hand, if Renni Rucci was actually loyal, and Blacc Zacc was the one cheating, as she claimed, then he was deflecting his own guilt onto her. Their argument seemed to come from a place of built-up tension, so it's possible they both had their own faults in the relationship. Ultimately, unless more details come out, it's hard to say who was completely in the right or wrong.
Okay, now that we got the foundation laid for this, let's kind of get into the details of this, man. Now, I hope that they can get past this. I want to say that before I start. I hope that they can become, cordial throughout this, and they become, great co-parents, or if they feel like that they need to get back together. So hopefully this is just a rough patch and they get through it. And I want to start there. But when you watch two people argue, when you watch two people in a relationship argue, yell, have a debate, it gives you a different type of perspective, especially when it's two people that you don't know. You can have an unbiased opinion. That's what I want to do here on Urban Artificial Intelligence, the strategic thinking media platform. This is not about gossiping, or it's not about trying to tear down anybody's relationship. This is about us, me, and my audience seeing ourselves in these situations that we discuss. And I definitely have been in situations like this. Most people listening to this have been in a similar argument as Renni Rucci and Blacc Zacc. And I'm going to get to what is important about arguments like this. The thing that I want to speak about mostly with this argument, both parties have a point. That's how most arguments are in relationships. When you meet somebody, you like somebody, you're dating them, you're in love, or maybe y'all just like each other a lot, in love, married, all the stages of relationships. You liked the person for a reason. You got with the person for a reason. So once y'all get together and y'all get comfortable with each other, it's no reason to become enemies. Usually when people argue, that's the angle that they're arguing from. They're trying to prove their point. But again, when we look at this situation, we can step back and we can see, you know what? Both of these parties have points. Both of them are right and wrong. Now, this situation started with Renni Rucci addressing the Kevin Gates situation, and he made a song we just released. So I had never heard this song before. I don't know if anybody else has. I'm a casual listener to his music, and I've never heard this song before where he says something about them having a child. I don't know where this came from. I'm not just gonna assume that he's lying. You never know. Women do have issues with pregnancies, women have miscarriages, women have abortions, and those are very personal, fragile subjects to bring up. So I don't know if that happened in Kevin Gates or Renni Rucci relationship, but to my knowledge, she doesn't have a child with Kevin Gates. Blacc Zacc wanted Renni Rucci to address this publicly and say, hey, it's an old song. You know, he said that back then for whatever reason. I'm sure Blacc Zacc wants to know why he would say something like that. But Blacc Zacc felt like, well, people might think the kid that we have together is Kevin Gates' child. So could you please address that? All right. So she did that, but apparently he wasn't happy with how she addressed it. So she did it again. And during her second time addressing it, she spoke on Blacc Zacc cheating, but she kind of did it in a slick way. She kind of said, I don't cheat. I've never cheated. I'm not the one that's cheating. So Blacc Zacc felt like she took a little jab at him when she didn't have to. It definitely sounds like she's caught Blacc Zacc cheating multiple times, because when she brought up him cheating, he didn't deny it. All right. If you're not cheating, that's the first thing you're gonna say is I haven't cheated. All right. He didn't take that route. He kind of just kept arguing around it. So, and I don't know for sure, but from the outside looking in, the optics, it does make it look like she probably caught him cheating in the past. However, they're still together. So I understand Blacc Zacc's frustration in that situation. All right. Was it good for him to cheat? No. Should he cheat? No. If he's cheated and you take him back, then you took him back. So you should move on from that. Because she really had no reason to bring up him cheating in her explanation. All right. She was supposed to be addressing her and the Kevin Gates situation. That's it. It wasn't a time for her to bring up Blacc Zacc cheating. And if Renni Rucci has never cheated, she's probably looking at it like, I'm up here clearing up a rumor about me cheating, and I've never cheated, but this dude has cheated on me multiple times. So that pent up anger that she didn't get out, she took it out at that time when the message that she was giving to Instagram and to the public was supposed to be about her not cheating. Instead, the pent up anger made her talk about Blacc Zacc cheating. I'm not defending Blacc Zacc. He shouldn't be cheating. He's wrong for cheating. That's why I said there are both some wrongdoings and there are both some valid points on both sides. I want to stress during this video, during this content, this is how a lot of arguments are in relationships in general. In this situation, you see how both people kind of have an argument. All right. They both have a reason to be a little bit upset at the other one. From Blacc Zacc's situation, he probably sees it like, Renni Rucci, you should have just addressed you not cheating on Instagram. You didn't have to say, I'm not the one that's putting a relationship in jeopardy. I'm not the one that's she didn't have to say all that. That wasn't necessary. She should have said, hey, I don't have any kids with Kevin Gates. The song was 5 years old. It was an old song. He recently decided to release it. That's his choice. That's his music. Boom. It was over with. And from Renni Rucci's point of view, she probably sees it as, this dude, Blacc Zacc, has been cheating on me. I've been faithful to him, but I'm looking like a cheater in the public's eye. And not only that, but when I addressed it, he said it wasn't good enough. So I can understand where her frustration comes in too. Because again, she's in the public eye. She's looked at as, oh, everybody's asking, oh, did you cheat with Kevin Gates? Did you cheat with Kevin Gates? But she's actually dealing with him cheating in real life. And maybe people didn't know that. But I want y'all to get in the comments, man. Let me know what y'all think about this. We can learn from a lot of these instances, man. We can learn from a lot of these instances. I wonder, can Renni Rucci understand where Blacc Zacc is coming from? And I will ask Blacc Zacc the same thing. Y'all have to figure out a way to meet in the middle. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a therapist. I do content on situations like this so I can build my IQ when it comes to relationships. I'm hoping that my viewers can too, in a positive way. Urban Artificial Intelligence, Strategic Thinking Media Platform. Get in the comments, man. Let me know what y'all think about this. I'm going to see y'all in the next episode. Peace.